on YouTube. Oh, it's making me mad. Okay, right, we are live. Welcome everybody. So YouTubers, if you are watching, grab yourself a towel quickly or a band or something we're going to use for some stretching today. So just a little introduction. We've been doing lots of exercises all week, lots of sessions. How many have we put on? I think 7 workouts we've put on now. 6 live and then 1 of mine, low impact one. So this is a really good opportunity for everyone to do a stretch. I think we all slightly neglect stretching. So we'll give it a go today. So if you've just tuned in, grab yourself a towel or a resistance band or something that's going to help us to stretch today. So quickly go run and get that. And we are going to start. So I'll go onto the mat. We're going to start with some lower body exercise stretches, even not exercises, stretches. Stretching today. Right, that's all in position. Okay, so I'm going to go onto the mat to start with. Might just move this one forward a little bit so you can see. There we go. Right. We will start with. Let's start with our adductors, our inner thighs. We'll do a nice inner thigh stretch. So put your feet together if you can. And what you're going to do is kind of push down your knees to the ground and lean forwards into a nice stretch of your adductors. Your inner thighs. We've got a few people watching, I can see. Good afternoon. Sunday stretch session today. So we're going to be holding all of these stretches for kind of roughly 30 seconds per stretch. And yeah, hopefully you feel much better after it, especially if we've been working all those muscles super hard this week. So this is live on Instagram and YouTube. We'll also be popping it on our YouTube channel after. So if you've missed it, you can catch up then. Right, we will switch over now. We'll do a hip flexor stretch. So let's go into a little lunge. We're going to push your hips forwards. Push your hips forwards and lean your chest back a little bit here. So you should feel a nice stretch in your hips. This area here, which always gets neglected. We use our hip flexor flexibility. It's really important for things like running, things like squats and mountain climbers, high knees, things like that. Often you'll see people who are squatting, not getting very low, kind of bending their chests in rather than their legs and bum out. That's often due to tight hips. So it's really, really, really important to stretch out our hips. And it's, often a muscle that gets neglected because we can't often feel it. We can often feel our quads and our hamstrings and our glutes. Switch sides then, guys, other side. But with our hips, you can't often feel it until it's too late. We'll get a nice stretch up as well. Open out that chest. Some nice deep breaths and really push those hips forwards. So I'm not going to pretend that I'm the most flexible person ever. I used to be super flexible. I used to do loads of dance, ballet and tap and modern. I used to do it like 5 times a week. So I used to be super flexible. And then if you stop doing it for a while, you just become a little bit more stiff. Okay, so nice hip flexor stretch. We'll go now into a hamstring stretch. So this is where we're going to use our towel or resistance band. And we're going to do one leg first and then the other. So we'll pop one leg against your, one foot against your other leg. And what we're going to do is pop the resistance band or your towel over your foot. Okay, So if you're super flexible, it'll be really easy just to grab that toe and stretch in, get your chest down. But for those of us who haven't got hugely flexible hip flexors, this is where a towel or a resistance band actually comes in really handy. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull that foot back. So you're going to try and bring your toes like towards your chest. Get that chest down and really straighten out your hamstrings. Keep your knees nice and straight. And try and get that chest as low as you can to your knee. And yeah, this one always makes me feel a little bit like sick. I think it's just, this is my my hamstrings are not very flexible. They're my least flexible muscle, I'd say. So yeah, it always makes me a bit shaky. So it's all the more important to work it. Here we are. I'm going to make Jack do all these stretches later. He never does enough stretching, as a lot of boot campers I'm sure know. Right, we're going to go over to our other side then. So again, put this leg into your foot into your other leg, loop your resistance band or your towel over your foot. You will find one side is more flexible than the other, so you might feel this side feels a little bit better or a little bit worse. And try and get that chest down as low as possible. The lower the better. Really straighten this knee. And try as best as possible not to kind of hunch yourself over. Try and keep your back nice and straight. Practice good posture. Always a good thing to do. Whew. Here we go. So we'll feel it loosening out a little bit, or we should do anyway, hopefully. And we're going to continue with the hamstring stretch. So this time laying down on the mat, on your back, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. So loop your foot, loop the resistance band or the towel around your foot, and you're just going to keep it nice and straight, and try and bring it backwards as much as possible. So again, holding these stretches for about 30 seconds each side. Going to loosen out all these muscles. Our legs, we have lots of big muscles on our legs, so it's really important to try and stretch them out as much as possible. Oh, hoping I don't fall asleep during this. Oh, bad night last night with the kids, sadly. Trying to sleep train Indy. And last night it was Rafi who was giving us a hard time. So that wasn't ideal. Telling us he was scared of the dark, which is a strange thing. He's never said that before. Okay, we're going to switch over to the other side then. Try and keep this leg as straight as possible. So you can see this one, for me, is not as flexible as my right side. My left is not as flexible. Again, bring that, try and loop that band or your towel around your toes. And bring your toes down to the ground. Okay, so that's going to stretch out your calves as well as your hamstrings. Okay, so you might find that that leg is all the way back, which is great. Or you could find that it's about here. That's absolutely fine. It's really important to stretch these muscles to try and get as much flexibility in them as possible to help prevent injury and help get that range of movement on all of our exercises. If you practice stretching a lot of the time, you will find your form gets a lot better. Okay, so we've got about another 5 seconds on this side. There we go. Oh, a bit shaky there. Right, we can pop our hands to one side. We're going to do another little calf stretch now. So if you're familiar with yoga, some of you are, some of you aren't. We're going to do like a downward dog, basically. So we're going to Your hands flat, and you're going to go, bring your bum up to the sky, and what you're going to do is sit back into your legs and try and get your heels to the ground. Okay, so mine are not to the ground, but you're going to try and push them as far down as you can, and what you'll feel is a really good stretch through your calves. Again, if you're super flexible, what you might need to do is do one at a time. I'm not, sadly. So I'm going to do both together. And we're going to hold this stretch for about 30 seconds. So really sit backwards, sit back. Oh, the legs are shaking. Oh, this is a nasty one, this one. Okay, keep going with this one. Pushing the heels down to the ground. And now what we're going to do in about 5 seconds is we're going to take it in turns. So you're going to bend one leg, straighten the other. Try and push those heels down to the ground. Okay, so your straight leg, you're going to push that heel down to the ground. And what you'll find is your heel will start to get lower and lower to the ground. Ugh. It's a nasty one. So bend one leg, straighten the other, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. We'll do about 10 more of these. Okay, so bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. I haven't been counting. Let's do 2 more. 1, and 2. And we'll come down to the ground. Okay, so I'm going to do some glute stretches now. This is the stretch that I find everyone does it in a different way. For me, I have 2 ways of doing it, so we'll try both of those. If you've got a better glute stretch that you'd rather do, then feel free to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one leg over the other, and I'm going to pull my knee in towards my chest. Okay, so it's straightening one leg, bending the other, pulling that knee backwards, really trying to get it to your chest. Nice straight back again. Nice, good posture. Pull that knee in. If you're finding that you can't really feel the stretch, what you'll need to do is walk this foot backwards. Okay, so bring it further back and then pull your knee into your chest. And what you also want to try and think about is keeping both bum cheeks on the ground. You don't really want to be lifting up. You want to keep both cheeks on the ground and really feel that nice glute stretch, which I'm sure all of us need really, after all of those squats that Jack's put us through this week, all the lunges, all the burpees. Feels nice to get those glutes loosened out a little bit. Okay, we'll go for about another 5 seconds on this side and then we'll switch sides. Okay, so feeling that stretch. And the other side then. One nice straight leg, the other bent, both cheeks on the ground. And bring the knee into the chest. Again, if you're not really feeling it, just walk that foot backwards a little bit and pull your knee into your chest. We need to get these booty gains. Can only get the booty gains if we stretch out. Kim Kardashian's, I'm sure, always stretches hers. I mean, I'm not sure. You'd hope so though, unless it's actually fake. Who knows? Okay, we've got another 10 seconds. Sorry, I'm talking rubbish. Jack said to me, the most important thing that you need to do is keep talking. Keep talking, keep talking. So probably you'll find that I talk a lot of rubbish. But I've got to kind of practice because next week I'm doing some live videos, actual circuit videos, workouts, which I'm not looking forward to particularly. As you know, it's not been too long since I've had a baby. So I'm still getting my fitness up, but hopefully you'll still have a good workout. Right, we're going to go for another glute stretch now. So this is like the pigeon stretch. Some of you may be able to do this, some of you may not. If you can't, what I'm going to get you to do is bring that knee into the chest and do a little stretch like that. But if you can, we shall try it. So, one leg here. Just realised that actually the mat's not very good for this, so we can do it. I'll do it on the floor just for a second so you can see. We're going to try and get this leg, this foot, that way, so it's straight. If you can't, that's fine. Mine doesn't particularly go that straight, but we're working on it. Okay, so what we're going to do is sit into this stretch, and you'll feel a really nice, hopefully, a really nice stretch on your glutes. This is called a pigeon stretch. No idea why. I don't particularly think that pigeons look like this, or they stretch like this, but I don't know. I'm not about to rename it today. Any suggestions that you want to send in about what we could rename this stretch as? Feel free. Again, here I am talking rubbish. So feeling that nice stretch through your glutes, we're going to go for a few more seconds, and then what we're going to do is try and push this foot forwards again. Okay, see if we've got any more flexibility in there. There we are. I've got a little bit, maybe an inch. Sit down low. Sit. Try and get the hips, your left, whichever side you're using, your left hip for me. Try and keep it down to the ground. Try not to lift it up. You want to stay nice and flat with this one. So this is quite a good one, I think, for your glutes, for the old derriere. Okay, we'll do about another 5 seconds here, and then we're going to switch over to the other side. Ooh, it's all very nice and quiet in my house today. It wasn't a few minutes ago, before this started. Indy's screaming. She wanted feeding, and I just knew if I sat down and started feeding her, it was going to be like the longest feed ever. Let's switch sides then. And I would have to be going live with like a boob out or something. That wouldn't have been good for anyone. No one would have enjoyed that. So again, sitting into this stretch. So yeah, I sent Jack upstairs with a bottle with Indy. Rafi upstairs with my iPad to play a Peppa Pig educational game, of course. And it's all gone very quiet, so that's good. I plan to do Jack's workout from yesterday, followed by this lovely stretch. But what happened actually is just me upstairs trying to settle Indy for like 40 minutes before I actually managed to settle this up. So I'll have to do that later. Got to keep my fitness up. Got to try and get better for next week. Only a couple of days to go. Right, so we're going to do this again. Try and get this foot forwards. That is quite painful actually. Sit down low. So this side for me is not as flexible as my left butt cheek. Is more flexible than my right. Who'd have thought it? Here we are, sitting into this stretch. We'll do about another 5 seconds on this one. And then we're going to go on to, we'll do another little adductor inner thigh stretch, and then we'll go into a quad stretch. And stretch out those muscles that have been worked really hard today. Not today, this week. All right, here we are. So this time, we're going to sit with our legs nice and wide. Hopefully, we've not got rid of your resistance bands, because we're going to pop your resistance band over one foot, and we're going to stretch down to one side. If you can reach your toe, that's great. But with the other hand, you're going to pull that towel or your resistance band to try and get super low into the stretch. Get your chest down. Ooh. One day you'll see me doing this and my chest will be down to my thigh. Not today though. Give me a few more weeks. Here we are. And the clock change, that threw me off as well today. I have no idea what time it is. I think it's 11:30. I don't know. Either 11:30 or 1:30. I have no idea. Clock's going forward, so yeah, it's 11:30. An hour less sleep last night. An hour extra to stay indoors today, which is good. Okay, really try and get that stretch going, pull down. So you should feel this in your hamstring as well as your inner thigh if those legs are far enough apart. Okay, we'll go 2, 1, and over to the other side. There we go. Loop it round and pull down. Nice stretch. It's a shame it's not so sunny today, isn't it? I think I can hear a crying baby upstairs. Oh well, not my problem. Okay, what we're going to do in about 10 seconds is we are going to attempt to grab hold of both toes. Okay, we're going to try it. If you can't, grab hold of your ankles or your calves. Shins, I should say, not calves. Okay, so I can just reach. So we're going to grab hold of those toes and just pull ourselves forwards. So you should feel this stretch in your inner thighs, your adductors. Ooh, this will help us out with our sumo squats for sure, our side lunges. Oh, I'm hoping you can't all see down my top, that's a bit embarrassing. Here we are. Oh, this one is making my legs shake. I'm not sure about yours. Hopefully you're all keeping with me with these stretches. We can all do with a good stretch every now and then. It's good for our bodies. It's also, I think it's good for our minds as well. Helps us to reset, definitely. Take a little bit of time for ourselves. All right. Let's go for about 10 seconds on this. And then we're going to go for our quads. Here we go. Right. So, I'm going to do this one actually standing up. I don't kneeling down actually so everyone can see me. You can hold on to the side, to the wall. We're going to just do a nice quad stretch, okay? So what we want to do is keep these knees together. I don't want the knee coming forwards. You want to bring it back, okay? And try and keep it inwards rather than out to the side. Lovely quad stretch. Releasing those muscles that have worked so hard this week. If you've done any of the workouts this week, you'll know that we love a squat, and we love a burpee, and we love a lunge, and a frog jump. Oh, those are gross. Horrible, horrible things. And join us again this week. We need to send out the timetable today. If any of you have got any suggestions of times that you're keen to train live, let us know. Apart from the ones at like 6 in the morning, because you know, ain't nobody got time for that. We're on lockdown, guys. We can't be getting up that early on lockdown. Okay, we're going to go for about another 5 seconds on this one. You can do, obviously, this one standing up. I'm just doing it kneeling down because I'm looking into the screens now, and I think if I stand up, it'll chop my head off. So, rookie error there from me. Right, we're going to go over to the other side. Grab that leg, pull it in, Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. I think Jack was expecting this to be 20 minutes long, this stretch session. Gone a little bit over, that's all right. Good for us. So again, try and get that knee backwards. Really feel that lovely quad stretch. Nice release of all that lactic acid. Whew. It's funny, isn't it? Stretching makes you actually quite hot. You're definitely working the muscles. Right, we are going to move to another stretch now. We're going to do kind of a little bit of back and shoulder stretching. So, going to be kneeling back onto our feet, and you're just going to go for a really nice stretch forwards. Okay, so stretching forwards. Try and walk those hands forwards even more to really feel the release of your shoulders and your back. Okay? And we don't really want your elbows resting on the floor. If your elbows are resting on the floor, you're probably not reaching forwards enough. So you can just chill out with this one. Put your head on the ground. I'm not going to because otherwise you won't be able to hear me. So I'm just going to stay, you know, unrelaxed. But that's all right. That's what I'm here for. So really walk those hands forward. We can take another few little steps forwards. Oh, that's nice. Okay, and what we're going to do next, we're going to put one hand out a little bit wider, and then we're going to put the other hand on top. Okay, and sit down low into your heels. And feel a nice stretch through your shoulder blades. This is a good one if you've kind of been feeling a bit tense, if you've been sat at a desk, or if you've been working out lots. I guess it's good for everyone, really. Definitely good for me. I do a lot of awkward feeding, I think, with Indy. A lot of the time I'm kind of aware that I'm all hunched up when I'm feeding her rather than relaxed, which is not a good position to be in for, like, you know, a 20-minute feed 6-7 times a day. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. So reach to the other side and take the other hand over. And again, you'll feel probably one side of your back and your shoulders feels a little bit better than, a little bit looser than the other. So for me, my right side feels a little bit better than my left, which is strange because I probably take most of the tension in my right, but probably my left will overcompensate for that. Okay, so feeling that stretch. We'll go for another 5 seconds, I guess, on this one. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So from here, you can sit down and we'll go for a shoulder stretch, another shoulder stretch. This time, taking one arm over the other side, pointing that thumb down to the ground. And what we're going to do is look over the shoulder that we're stretching. Look over that shoulder. Nice stretch down, across the body. Oh, I hope you're still all watching. It'd be awkward if I'm just doing this on my own and talking to myself. There you go. The gamble you've got to take, really, when you're doing a live video, isn't it? That no one might watch. Okay, over to the other side then. So thank you for all of your feedback this week, guys. We had a bit of a strange week. Lots of uncertainties. All we've known for the last, like, 6 years is being out in the park training with you guys. So it was a bit unnerving at the beginning of the week, thinking, oh God, what are we going to do with ourselves, with our business for the next few weeks? So thank you so much to everyone who's been joining us and commenting and all your positive feedback. We really, really appreciate it, because we are diving into the unknown, the world of online. Oh, okay, so what we're going to do now is a tricep stretch, okay? So this is this muscle here, the backs of your arms. You're going to try and reach that hand down, low, 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 down your back. Whew, nice deep breaths. No idea why I'm out of breath during a stretch class. I guess that just goes to show, doesn't it? My fitness needs a little bit of work. Okay, nice stretch down. I'm going to hold this one for about another 5 seconds. Reach that hand further down your back. Further, further, further down. Okay. And the other side. I think it's like reaching up, isn't it? Your arms above your head makes you often a bit out of breath. I use that as my excuse anyway. Not my fitness and that gin and tonic I had last night. Gutted though, I finished the last of the gin last night. Had it open for like over a year. Because obviously I didn't have any when I was pregnant. And I discovered it in the back of a cupboard last night. There's a tiny bit of gin left. And now I'm gutted that I finished it, because I don't really think that's an essential item to go shopping for. Not sure, maybe it is. Okay, what we're going to do now, I'll come sideways so you can see. You're going to pop your hands to on your lower back, and you're going to really try and pull those elbows into each other. Pull those elbows. You'll feel a nice stretch with this one in your shoulder blades again, as well as your chest. Okay, so really try and grab those elbows together. Pull them in. There we go. Pull, 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 pull. There we are. 5 seconds on this one. Okay, we're going to go through some nice arm rolls now. Oh, my shoulder blades need that one. Nice shoulder rolls. Let's go for 5 more forwards. Oh, I'm so crunchy. That's it. One more. And we'll go forwards, okay? Nice forwards rolls. Hope you're still all with me, stretching. And if you're just tuning in, this will be on our YouTube channel, Jack Green Fitness YouTube channel. So if you've missed it, take a look through. It's quite good because we've been wanting to put on a stretch class for ages. We're going to come across the body now. Everyone keeps requesting it, and we keep thinking that it would be a really good idea to put as part of our training, doing boot camps and stretch classes. Just finding the time to do it. But actually, it's quite good doing it from home. Because that was another thing. We were like, if we go out into the park and do stretch classes, and it's freezing cold or it's pouring with rain, it's not very practical. So maybe this is the way forwards, doing it in your houses. Right, I'm going to grab this last couple of stretches now, guys. So grab your towel or your resistance bands, and you want them to be quite tight. So what you're going to do is you're going to lift above your head. So lift above your head. You can walk your hands in a little bit further, stretching out if you've got a resistance band. If you've got a towel, keep that tension on your towel. Okay, and from here, we're going to go over to one side. That's a good stretch. Over to one side. Ooh, my arm. It's feeling a little bit shaky. Whoa. Let's keep going with this one. That's it. Sorry, I just have to come out of that one for a minute. That's it. We've got another, say, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And over to the other side. Who'd have thought using a towel you could get all these good stretches going. That's it. Is anyone else's arm shaking? My right arm is shaking. Oh, here we are. Oh, there we go. Right, we're just going to finish off very quickly with an ab stretch, okay? So we're going to go down to the ground. And this one really depends on how flexible your lower back is. So I've actually got quite a flexible lower back. So that means I can kind of go on my hands and really stretch out your abs. What you want, if you can see, is your you need to keep your hips down to the ground. So you don't really want to be lifting up. You want your hips down to the ground and walk your hands inwards. Now, if you're finding that your hips are off the ground, that's absolutely fine. That just means that you've got like not such a flexible lower back. So what you're going to do is just go onto your elbows and really lift up that chest. Okay, so either way it's fine. Everyone's different. Everyone's got different flexibility levels. I think my back's quite flexible from all the dancing that I used to do. Not that I've kept it up. Now it's just like dancing to the Thomas the Tank Engine theme tune, or, you know, the occasional rave in my kitchen while I'm cooking. But sadly, my party days, I mean, I'm not going to say over, because I could, you know, I might still want to keep them going, but right now they're over. While I'm up every few hours overnight, they're definitely over. Okay, so we're just going to bring that neck up, your head up, look up to the sky. We're going to take 5 really nice deep breaths, okay? So we're going to go in through the nose, out through the mouth. You don't need to do all that, you know, really loud yoga breathing. Just nice deep breaths. And then just bringing that back upwards. So we're going to do some little cat and cow poses, they're called. So back up, and then arching, and up, and down. 2 more of these, up, and down, and again, up, and down. Good. Oh, right, guys, we are done. That was a good 35-minute stretch, which is excellent, really good to do. So yeah, this will be going up on our YouTube channel. So if you have, if you want to do it again anytime, just log on to our YouTube channel, Jack Green Fitness, and you can do it anytime after, you know, a hard day's work, or after a hard workout session. It's really important to stretch. I don't know about you, but I feel good. My body feels nice and loose, and I feel a bit clearer, a bit, you know, better, ready to start the day, even though it's, what, 20 to 1 now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be popping out our timetable for the week's workouts today, so keep an eye on that. And we look forward to seeing lots of you online this week. And again, send us any feedback you've got on what you want to see, on any workouts that you want to do, times. If you just want Jack to stop talking, and so you can kind of get on with the workout. That's fine. Any feedback is good feedback. And yes, we will see you soon. Thanks. I now need to try and turn this off. So yeah, thank you. Bye. And that one, end stream.